Vietnamese traditional Lunar New Year, Tết Nguyên Đán. Tết Nguyên Đán, or the Vietnamese Lunar New Year, is the most important and meaningful holiday of the year. It marks the transition from the old year to the new one, and is a time for family reunions, ancestor remembrance, and welcoming a year filled with hope and prosperity. Tết follows the lunar calendar and usually falls between late January and early February. This festival has existed for centuries and is deeply rooted in Vietnam's agricultural traditions and ancestor worship customs. Before Tết, people clean and decorate their homes, prepare offerings for the family altar, and buy new clothes and festive foods. A major tradition is making chung square sticky rice cakes in the north and banh tet cylindrical sticky rice cakes in the south. Families also adorn their homes with peach blossoms, apricot blossoms, and kumquat trees to welcome good fortune. New Year's Eve is a sacred moment when Vietnamese people offer prayers to heaven, earth, and their ancestors, wishing for peace and happiness. Fireworks light up the sky, marking the beginning of the new year. The first days of Tết are filled with joyous traditions. On the first day, families visit and extend New Year's wishes to their elders. Adults give red envelopes with lucky money to children, wishing them good health and success. The second day is for visiting relatives and friends to strengthen relationships. The third day is usually dedicated to temple visits, praying for peace, prosperity, and bidding farewell to ancestors. Following Tết, many traditional festivals take place across the country, such as the Gao Dong Da Festival, the Lim Festival, and the Buffalo Fighting Festival in Do Son, creating a vibrant and cheerful atmosphere. Tết is more than just a holiday. It symbolizes reunion, gratitude, and hope. It is a cherished tradition that connects generations and preserves Vietnam's cultural heritage. Would you like to learn more about any specific customs? Wrapping Bánh Chưng is a traditional custom of the Vietnamese people during the Lunar New Year, especially in the north. Bánh Chưng is not only a delicious dish, but also carries deep cultural and spiritual significance, reflecting the values and beliefs of the nation. Bánh Chưng is believed to have originated from a legend where the sixth Hun king chose this dish as a tribute to the ancestors. The square shape of the Bánh Chưng symbolizes the earth, while the green dong leaves surrounding it represent protection and shelter. Wrapping Bánh Chưng during Tết expresses respect, remembrance, and gratitude toward the ancestors. The square shape of Bánh Chưng is also a symbol of the balance of the universe, representing the earth, while the round shape of Bánh Tet, another type of cake, symbolizes the sky. The Bánh Chưng is therefore not just food, but a reflection of the ancient Vietnamese belief in harmony between heaven and earth, with the earth being where humans live and the sky providing protection. Wrapping Bánh Chưng is also a way for younger generations to learn and preserve the traditional cultural values of the Vietnamese people. While the method of wrapping has become more modern over time, this activity still strongly connects the past and the present, linking different generations. The process of wrapping Bánh Chưng is often done in a family setting, creating an opportunity for family members and friends to gather, share their efforts, and enjoy the festive spirit of Tết. Therefore, Bánh Chưng is also a symbol of unity and love within the family and community. Additionally, Bánh Chưng is believed to bring blessings of good luck, peace, and prosperity for the upcoming year. Wrapping Bánh Chưng is not just about preparing for Tết, but also serves as a way to wish for a year full of abundance, health, and happiness. With such profound meanings, wrapping Bánh Chưng is not merely a preparation for the Lunar New Year, but a way for the Vietnamese people to preserve and promote the precious cultural values of their nation. To wrap Bánh Chưng, you need the following ingredients. Sticky rice. Choose high-quality sticky rice, such as the Kai Hoa Vang variety, which is sticky and fragrant. Mung beans. Peeled and steamed mung beans, then mashed into a smooth paste. Typically, pork belly or shoulder cut into square pieces. It is usually marinated with spices like pepper, salt, and shallots for extra flavor. Dong leaves. Fresh dong leaves are used to wrap the cake. The leaves should be large, intact, and clean. If dong leaves are unavailable, banana leaves can be used as a substitute. Latch string, used to tie the bánh chưng after it is wrapped. Seasonings, salt, pepper, and other spices to marinate the pork. In addition to these main ingredients, people may add other ingredients such as shallots, wood ear mushrooms, or pickled onions to enhance the flavor of the cake. To wrap bánh chưng, you can follow these steps. Start by preparing the dong leaves. Wash the leaves thoroughly and remove the veins to make them more pliable. Cut the leaves into square pieces, about 30 by 30 centimeters in size, depending on the size of the cake you want to make. Place 2 to 3 layers of leaves on top of each other to make the wrapping more secure. Soak the sticky rice in water for 6 to 8 hours or overnight to soften the rice. After soaking, drain the rice well. For the filling, steam the mung beans until cooked, then mash them and mix with a little salt. Cut the pork into square pieces, marinate with seasonings, salt, pepper, shallots, or other preferred spices, and let it marinate for 15 to 30 minutes. To wrap the cake, lay the dong leaves flat and fold the corners to form a rectangular or square shape. First, add a layer of sticky rice, about 1 to 2 centimeters thick, followed by a layer of mung beans, then a layer of marinated pork. Finally, top with another layer of sticky rice. Wrap the cake tightly to prevent the ingredients from spilling out, then fold the edges of the leaves and tie the cake securely with latch string. Next, cook the cakes by placing them in a large pot of boiling water, ensuring that the cakes are fully submerged. You may need to place something heavy on top to keep the cakes from floating. Boil the cakes for about 8 to 10 hours, checking occasionally to make sure the water level is sufficient. If the water evaporates, add more to ensure the cakes cook evenly. After the cakes are done, remove them from the water and let them cool. Once the bánh chưng has cooled, you can enjoy this traditional dish with your family during the Lunar New Year. Visiting a temple at the beginning of the year is a common tradition during the Lunar New Year in Vietnam. This activity is not only about going to a temple to pray, but also carries deep meanings, reflecting people's beliefs and respect toward deities, Buddha, and ancestors. Firstly, visiting a temple at the beginning of the year is often associated with praying for health, peace, prosperity, and happiness for the family throughout the new year. People believe that by going to the temple, making offerings, and praying, they will receive protection and blessings from the deities, helping them overcome difficulties and achieve success. Additionally, the New Year temple visit is an opportunity to remove bad luck and welcome good things. Many people believe that through this ritual, they can erase the misfortunes of the old year and start fresh with new hope. Visiting a temple at the beginning of the year also demonstrates respect and gratitude toward ancestors and deities. It is also a time for descendants to show their filial piety and pass on spiritual values to future generations. Furthermore, the temple visit provides an opportunity for people to find peace in their hearts, momentarily leaving behind the burdens and worries of everyday life to focus on spiritual values. When standing before the statues of Buddha or deities, people feel a sense of tranquility, which helps dispel worries and stress. In summary, visiting a temple at the beginning of the year is a custom that holds significant spiritual and cultural meaning. It is also a time for families and friends to gather, sharing hopes for a peaceful and prosperous new year. Temples in northern Vietnam primarily follow Northern Buddhism, a branch of Mahayana Buddhism. Northern Buddhism is common in countries like China, Japan, Korea, and Vietnam. In these temples, various Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are worshipped, depending on the specific temple and its purpose of worship. However, the main deities worshipped are typically the Buddha Shakyamuni, the central figure worshipped in most temples, symbolizes enlightenment and liberation. He is often enshrined in the main hall of the temple. Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, also known as Quan Theum in Vietnamese, is widely worshipped and represents compassion, listening to the suffering of sentient beings, and offering help in times of need. It is believed that Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara can hear prayers and assist those in difficulty. Bodhisattva Kshitigarbha, known as Dia Tang in Vietnamese, is worshipped in many temples with the intention of helping the souls of the deceased. He is the bodhisattva who aids beings in escaping suffering and the cycle of reincarnation. Many northern temples also worship Amitabha Buddha, especially those belonging to the Pure Land school of Buddhism. Amitabha Buddha symbolizes boundless light and offers salvation to beings, allowing them to be reborn in the Pure Land. In addition to these figures, northern temples often honor the great teachers of Vietnamese Buddhism, such as the Zen masters and various deities, including guardian deities and local spirits. Temples in northern Vietnam are sacred places not only for worshiping Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, but also for conducting rituals for the deceased, prayers for peace, and other spiritual and cultural practices of the community. The Vietnamese people revere Buddhism not only through religious rituals, but also through their actions, thoughts, and way of life in everyday life. Buddhism has profoundly influenced Vietnamese culture and spiritual life for centuries, and its impact can be seen in many aspects of life. Firstly, Buddhism strongly influences spiritual ceremonies. The Vietnamese often go to temples, participate in rituals such as praying for peace, performing ceremonies for the deceased, or making offerings during special occasions, especially at the beginning of the new year. These rituals carry both spiritual significance and are occasions for people to show their respect and devotion to the Buddha, Bodhisattvas, and ancestors, praying for peace, prosperity, and happiness. The Vietnamese also revere Buddhism through their practice of self-cultivation and moral development. Many followers of Buddhism regularly engage in activities such as listening to Dharma talks, practicing meditation, reciting mantras, and following values like compassion, patience, and wisdom in daily life. These virtues not only help individuals grow, but also contribute to a harmonious and peaceful society. Furthermore, in family and community life, the Vietnamese highly value the principles taught by Buddhism, such as filial piety, respecting ancestors, and loving others. Buddhism also encourages the Vietnamese to live ethically, avoid doing harmful deeds, and assist those in need. In addition, the practice of worshiping Buddha at home is another clear manifestation of their reverence for Buddhism. Many Vietnamese families have a Buddha altar in their homes, where they place Buddha statues, light candles, burn incense, and perform offerings to pray for good fortune and peace for the family. In conclusion, the Vietnamese revere Buddhism not only through ceremonial worship, but also in their daily lives, through their respect for and adherence to the moral values taught by Buddhism. Buddhism has become an essential part of the spiritual and cultural life of the Vietnamese people. In temples, besides the offerings like incense, candles, prayer beads, and statues of Buddha and Bodhisattvas, there are also various souvenirs that carry spiritual meanings, bringing luck and peace. These items are not just physical objects, but also serve as a connection between belief and spiritual culture. Some common souvenirs in temples include miniature statues of Buddha and Bodhisattvas are often sold for people to bring home and worship. These statues symbolize respect for Buddha and Bodhisattvas and the desire for protection, peace, and good fortune in life. Prayer beads, also known as malas, are spiritually significant items typically used for chanting, meditation, and prayer. Each bead in the mala is considered a prayer or wish, helping the user maintain a calm mind and seek spiritual purity and tranquility. Keychains, paintings, and lucky charms are other popular items that depict images of Buddha, Bodhisattvas, or peaceful wishes. These souvenirs are believed to bring good luck, wealth, and protection against negative energy. Items like mirrors with protective charms, water bottles, and cups with Buddhist symbols are sold as talismans to ward off bad luck and attract positive energy. People believe these items will keep their homes peaceful and prosperous. Coins, figurines of animals or deities, such as carp, dragons, or horses, are often sold to attract wealth and success in business and life. Regarding asking for calligraphy at the beginning of the year, it is a unique cultural practice in temples during the Lunar New Year. Monks or calligraphy artists write characters symbolizing good wishes and prosperity. These characters are not just decorative, they carry prayers for a better new year. People go to the temple to ask for calligraphy with the hope of wealth, wishing for financial prosperity, success, and smooth progress in work and business in the new year. Health and prosperity, hoping for good health, happiness, and a well-rounded life for their families. Everything goes as planned, wishing that everything in the new year will proceed smoothly with no setbacks. Good fortune and fulfillment, hoping that good luck and positive outcomes will come in the new year. These calligraphy writings hold deep spiritual significance, expressing people's hopes for a peaceful, prosperous, and successful new year. They are not only a spiritual gift, but also a source of hope and motivation for a successful year ahead.